Unit 1, in the last bit we are there. Last class we had discussed about control flow, and today also we continue the control flow followed by file input output functions we will discuss. If possible, we will try to complete this unit 1 today. We have already completed 8 classes, and in your C language, usually in the beginning, you study 2 statements. One is a printf and another is a scanf. But here we have discussed the print, but even till today we don't know how to read from the keyboard. But according to the syllabus, it is not there now also. But as a learner, I wanted to know how to read from the keyboard. So that's why I thought of sharing that particular instruction with you people. So before we go to the next, let me finish this. The input function. Python provides us with the inbuilt function to read the input from the keyboard. How we do it? Input, we write one example, value equal to input, enter your value. Print value is the simplest, one simple instruction I have written just to explain you the input function. When input function executes, program flow will be stopped until the user has given some input. Read this. It will stop unless user has given some input. And another important is, whatever you enter as an input function convert it into a string. So please take a 30 seconds, try to copy down whatever you want, or you can read twice or thrice. This is a way how we can, like a scanf you have done in your C language. Similarly, you can do input in the Python. But it's in the way how we study Python, how we have studied C is entirely different. According to the syllabus, according to the book you are going. But here and there some additional points I am covering for your benefit. Let us go to the next. I want you people to write the output on the screen. Take the inputs as 44, 33 and write the output on the screen so that you are putting your attendance. I'll give another few seconds. Try to type your whatever the output according to you should get. Take 2 inputs 44 and 33. Do it fast. Somebody type the answer. 44 33. Good. Dhanashree has typed something. Aishwarya 44, Aishwarya 44, 43, 33, 77, Anusha Joshi, Sahana, and Akshata, Soumya, and Mahima, okay, Aditi, Disha, Neelambika, Nayana, Abhijit, Sindhu, Kirti, Surat, Hegde, and Lakshmi Priya has typed something differently. Very good, Lakshmi Priya. And majority have typed the same way. And let me show you the output. Very good. Sumeru, Rahul, Vachan Shettar, and Balakrishna, 44, 33, and answer is 77. Good. Anyway, somebody has typed 88, Sumeru. Okay. I don't know how he got 88. Anyway, it may be. Let me show you the output. Or read the previous slide once again. I want you people to read the slide once again. Suhas has typed 4433. Good. And somebody has typed 77. Read the slide once again carefully. Now I will show you the output. Observe the output carefully. you cannot add, it will show you the error. Reason, you have taken in the previous class, previous slide, it is not an integer. Always it will take it as a string. And now, if I want integer, what to do? A small changes you have to make, typecasting you have to do. So, this is a program, what changes you have to make? Reading the num equal to input, enter the number, I want that as an integer. And I am printing that. Second number I am reading, I am converting that into integer because everything will be taken as a string. Therefore, int of I am using. Then I am adding, I am getting the result. Observe it. You have 30 seconds in your hand. Observe the output carefully. This is the result, what I got after the execution when I included this int. Correct. Nidhi, Sindhu, Aishwarya, Vachan Shettar, they are told we have to write int. Soumya Patil, good. Another few seconds you observe it, remember it, understand it, because we have a less time to discuss again and again the same thing because portion is too much. So let us go to the next. Try to write the, I think output I have written already. Okay. So here, number equal to input, enter the number, enter the name, enter the price I am writing. But simply I am typing a enter key. Remember, even though it is a name, it is a number, it is a price, everything will be taken as a string. Observe it carefully. Anything you take, I am printing a number, name, price, something, height, weight, etc. Everything will be taken as a string. This is one important point which you have to remember in the Python. So that you can do the conversion, type conversion, whether you want float, whether you want int. Depending upon your requirement, you can do the conversion and next go for the processing. But in case of C language, we used to take directly integer number, something like that whenever I have a scanf and all, %d, %f. But here, by default, input means you will get a string. Let us go to the next. And this is a program. Just go through. I'll show you the program up to this. I'll show you the program again, remaining 10 lines. Beginning I'll show up to line number 9. Output also I'll show you. After that again remaining 10 to 18 I'll show you the program. I'll show you the result. Just now we have discussed both. See once again those two programs. The same program I am dividing into two slides. This is a program input and I have added sum equal to n1 plus n2 and because these two will be taken as a string, what I got is answer concatenation. So if I want it as an integer, if you have a plan to take a numbers as an integer, I have to include int. So if I want float, include float, so that whatever you are entering, that will be taken as a floating number, and then you can add a floating number, then you can print the floating number. So this is one important point which you have to remember in Python. So let me go to the next. What I have done, just I have taken an integer, then I am entering the number 4477, another number 7755 I am entering, then I am printing that. Again sum equal to n3 plus n4, I added these two, the sum I am printing as an integer. So remember, whenever I say input, it will not take integer or a float, I have to do the conversion. Always it will take a string. This is one important line which you have to remember, and in your textbook you may not get this. Please try to understand. I don't know in which chapter they are going to discuss. Already 8 hours are over according to the syllabus also, according to our class also, but input has not come in the syllabus. Just for your benefit, Usually we write a program to add two numbers in the beginning, but Python is different. It is not used for just to add two numbers. Great things you have to do. But at least you should know these input is there. Let us go to the next. Try to observe this. N3 equal to, I am taking as a float now. Enter the first number. Second number, instead of int I am taking as a float. And I am adding, I am printing the sum also. So see the result, 22.222. You can do whatever you want, any number, floating number. Again second number I have taken 33.222. Type of number class is float. Now I am printing here type of the N3. Because I have typecasted here, see conversion I have done, so it is taking as a float. If I remove this float, it will take it as a str. Observe this, take another 1 minute, try to understand, even you can note down this particular program. At least one program you should note down. Similarly, you can understand int also. Without this also, it will take it as a string. All the three you can understand. Take maximum 1 minute, read it, and you can copy down at least. These are additional files, you can leave it. Program start from 11th. And if a time permits, I will ask you to execute also today few programs. At least weekly once you have to execute, otherwise you people will never get a time. You are so busy, all students, you never get a time to execute any programs. Anybody has executed any programs? Have you dumped all the executed programs and result in MS Word? And remember, there you have to take your USN number. Never take N1, N2, N3. Take your last USN digit. Instead of N3, if your number is 108, take N8. Like that you make changes in the program and execute and keep that program in your MS Word. Very good, Sindhu and Dhanashri. Execute it. Next week I may ask you to upload. I will not give time. Maximum a few hours I will give in the time. You cannot take somebody's notes and you cannot edit it because you don't know where all they have used. Sometimes I ask them to write their names. Sometimes I am asking them to, for example, okay, let us go to the next. Yeah. A multi-line equal to I am assigning. I am printing on the screen. Tell me about yourself. In the while loop, continuously, I am reading it. Line equal to input of something. If line equal to, if something I have typed, it is true, then simply it will append. Unless I stop typing. So what I have typed, I am Dr. SVV, Dharwad, Karnataka. Then when cursor comes here, I put another enter key. Then it has come out. Then it has displayed final text. Input is final text. Whatever it has taken in the final text, it has appended. So all this is joined and it has displayed on the screen. So try to understand this and try to copy down this program. I'll show you again. Take a 1 minute maximum. Unless you execute, it is difficult to remember. Simply what you have done, in the while loop you are reading it. One by one line, unless there is a blank line. I am typing, I am Dr. Anyway, I will ask you to execute this so that you will understand. After Karnataka, I am typing, pressing enter key. After that again one more enter key I have to type so that it will come out of the loop. While true, line equal to input. Always it will execute unless if else part is there, it will break. If nothing, line is there. If you have not typed anything, else part will execute. That time break means it will come out of the loop and then it will execute. Final text equal to. I will ask you to execute this program today. You can type and you can execute. All of you can share your result after execution in the chat box so that I too will copy in the MS Office, MS Word file. Okay, let us go to the next. File input output. Python 2 supports like other languages. You have studied in C language. Even Python also supports a file handling. You can read from the file, you can write into the file. along with many other file handling options to operate on the files. Opening and closing a file, you might have done in your C language. A file object is created by opening a file with a given file name and a mode. You might have studied, you may use absolute path or maybe a relative path. I don't know how many of you are remembering absolute path and relative path. That itself will take a time. Hope all of you are knowing. I'll continue. For example, to open the file for a text mode, what you have to write, f equal to open myfile.txt. This is one file I am opening. In which mode? Write mode. When I am using in a read mode, I cannot write it. So whichever you want to do the operation, based on that you have to use that particular, whether read mode or write mode. File objects are closed with a close method. For example, f.close. This is the f I have opened. How to close it, sir? After opening, whatever the variable you have taken, dot close. When the program terminates, automatically it will close. No, sir, safer side I want to do. You just use it. F.close. Take a 30 seconds and read it. And day and night, if you execute also, program still remains. So let us go to the next. Writing to the file. How it differs, sir? How we can write? cf.write hello world. You can write some whatever you want. The write method of a file object writes a string to the file and returns the number of characters. In this case, there are 12 characters. Hence, after this operation, it will return the count, how many characters are there. If you type something SDM College of Engineering Dharwad, it will write this SDM College of Engineering Dharwad in the F, and it will return total number of characters in SDM College of Engineering and Dharwad. This is about writing to a file. There are many modes are there, file modes. Just now we discussed about read and write. Similarly, we have append and reading and writing also. Read only also. Just go through once. And we cannot execute all the programs in the class. And this itself will take us hours together to discuss about files. And it is a part of one chapter. So we will not go in deep. So we'll just touch that and we'll go to the next. And this is a read only. Just read it, I'll give 1 minute. R stands for read only. R plus read and write. W write only. Write and read W plus. Append only A. Append and read A plus. Just remember it is a different way how you open the file in read only, write only, read and write, append and read, like that. So we'll go to the next. So one simple program shown. F equal to open powers.txt in write mode. For I in the range 1 to 1001, simply I am printing and just I am closing. So up to a number, I am starting from 1. It will print 1 followed by 1 double star 2 exponential 2 3 4, all these separated by a space. Those will be printed on the file. So this will be the file content. So sometimes in the online simulator, you may not be able to simulate file handling instructions. You can try. If somebody has executed file handling, let me know. In some simulator it may be possible, not in all the simulators. File handling, because it should permit you to create a separate file so that there you can write. So let us go to the, instead of screen, we are writing in the file. That is the only difference. Hope all of you can understand these instructions. Instead of screen, I am writing in the file. And these things I just now told, the same points are repeated again. And functions you have studied in your C language. Same way in the Python also you can write the functions. A Python function is a set of statements that are grouped together and named so that they can be run more than once in a program. The same thing you have studied in your C language also. Advantage is code reuse. Instead of writing 10 times, you can write once and call 10 times. And it is usually feasible to handle the complex task using a functions. And this is another important. Function definitions can appear anywhere in a Python program. But a function cannot be referenced before it is defined. This one line is very important. Try to understand. And this, when I ask you to do the simulation, try this. So that you should get error. When you get an error, share that in the chat box so that others will also come to know. If you try to execute like this, we are going to get error. Just read it. Like a C language, what you have studied functions. Similarly, here also you can use the functions. And we'll try to execute one or two programs using a function also. So let us go to the next slide. Okay. These can be nested, but a function defined inside another is not accessible from outside that function. This is known to you people, you have studied in your C language also. Name can be assigned to other names also. I think nested, you can do it, but you cannot access outside directly, which is true in case of C language also. And it's one simplest program using a function. I am defining the function sq of x sq equal to x exponential 2, return the x sq. Just I am taking a raised to 2 and I am returning, and this is a program what I am writing. In the program what I have taken p equal to 2, p1 equal to sq of p. When I write sq, it will control will go to here and this will execute. Return value will be the x double star 2, and that value will be assigned to the p1, and I am printing a p as well as p1. It's a very simplest program which I can execute and I can understand very easily how the function works. Take a few seconds, try to understand, even you can note down also. And I am not ending, no opening brace, nothing. I am defining. After definition, simply I am using directly sq. And if the time permits, I think today I will try to give you the time. I will ask you to execute all these programs so that instead of asking me, sir, if I change this, what will happen? If I change this, what will happen? It is better to ask the computer only so that it will give the better answer than any teacher in the world. Okay, let me go to the next. In general format, it is definition I am giving sq of x. The same thing, it is a general format. So instead of general format, I have given you the example only, which is very easy to understand the example rather than the theory, just if I write the sentences. Now this is a small program. See, import math I am doing it because I want to use a sqrt. And another new function I am writing, roots. A, B, C I am passing. And all of you know b square minus 4ac minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac I studied. That equation just written as a function, and outside the function, now in the main program, simply I am passing these parameters ABC values and I am printing also. Just one line in the main program. Just go through this, try to understand. The output, the roots are, it will display. Because roots are I have typed as it is, it will display these two values because it is returning R1 and R2. Those R1 and R2 are displayed. These things you can execute. I will give the time. You can execute and make changes in this. You can see there's some errors also and share with your classmates so that everybody will come to know. If you make like this, you will get an error. Why you will get error? Those also you will come to know. Let us go to the next slide. Okay, take this as a homework. Dog strings, default arguments in Python. If a time permits, again next class I'll try to touch this. A global and non-local keywords, passing the arguments to the functions. Hope all of you have studied, I think call by value, call by reference, something you have studied in your C language also. So let me spend a little time now. Anybody knows call by value, call by reference, both are same or both are different? And let me ask you whether C supports call by reference or call by value. You can type in the chat box. C supports call by reference or call by value. Or you can unmute and you can tell also. It supports both call by value, call by reference, both it will support. Lakshmi Priya, Suhasini Malimat, it supports both. Okay, very good. Most of you know. Okay, let me ask you, what do you mean by call by reference and call by value? Who will explain that? Call by reference meaning and call by value. It supports both. Jnanashri, good. Who will explain call by reference and call by value? You can unmute your mic and just try to explain. Even though it's wrong, no problem. I will be very happy because you have talked. Think that it is just an interview. You are facing interview. Placement is going on. How you answer? It may be wrong also. Nidhi is typing rather than telling. Call by value, original value is not modified. Call by value. Very good, Nidhi. Anusha Joshi, call by reference means only the value is... let me move this side. Only the value is passed. Okay, Anusha Joshi. Call by reference means call by value, original value is not modified. Call by value. Okay, call by reference means only the value is passed. Anusha, rethink on that. Rishikesh Kulkarni. Call by value is calling function which is already written outside the function by typing a function name. Okay, something Rishikesh is typing entirely different compared to Anusha and Nidhi. Nidhi, call by reference, original value is modified. Very good, Nidhi. Darshini Salimat, value is used, function value. Value is used as function value. Aishwarya Inamdar, call by reference means it copies the address of the value. Okay. Call by reference, address of the value. Okay. Anybody else? Call by value, Mahima. Anusha Joshi, call by reference means address is passed. Very good. Call by reference means Anusha Joshi has told very nicely. Address is passed. Hence, if you make any changes, automatically, definitely, whatever the parameter you have sent at the main program, even the sub program also change. Call by value means value is passed. Very good. Anusha Joshi. Jnanashri, call by reference means address of argument is copied. Okay. Call by reference means the address of the value. Okay. Remember, when I say call by value, only one thing, how I remember, just I am sharing with you people. Call by value means like a Xerox I will take. And if I do anything with the Xerox, original will not change. If I say call by reference means original only I am giving you. That is the one line how I remember. But it is left to you, how you want to understand. Because even though it's the same thing, the way how you understand differ. Person to person it varies. So how I remember is, whenever I say call by value, it's nothing but a Xerox copy I am taking. Whenever I say call by reference, original only I am taking. This is the way how I am remembering since my engineering. Sahana is telling something. Call by value, variables are passed using a straightforward method. Wherever call by reference, pointers are required to store the address of the variable. Okay, Sahana, correct. Very good. Now, try to execute the programs I have given in the chat box. And some students are getting errors. Line number is not same for all the students. Somebody is getting line number 4. It depends on how they are pasting. But the same programs I have executed and I have shown to you people. Kirti got the result. Again check it. If somebody has got the error, others can tell what is wrong with that, what they have typed. Okay, 76 Priya. Okay, instead of number she has taken name Lakshmi Priya and she has executed. Soumya got some error. Mahima has got a answer. Enter the number 56, enter the name Mahima. Okay, and Anusha Joshi got the error. It is difficult to check again Mahima what was the program. Sanjana got the error. Sahana got the answer. So check it why you are getting error. Line number 2. If you type program and result together, I can check it. Otherwise, I have to search it. Otherwise, after copying pasting, I have to go through it. Kruti Vijapur, trace back, most recent call last. Line number 2. I don't know Kruti Vijapur program she has typed somewhere. No, they are directly writing the answer only. Try for a second program. Try for a third program.